lovelies, this is Blossom. I hope you are all well and that you have a good week. Mine is really good. It's one of those weeks where work and pleasure is really well balanced, so that's good. And I really hope you have a good week as well. Let me know. So today we are going to talk a little bit about offerings for the fairies. And I did mention that in my previous videos about fairy, but for this course maybe you missed those videos, or well, I don't know, just to complete the course. I want to bring this in as well, so I have the text on the homepage as always, so if you just want to read about it, link is in the description box as always. And yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that. So what I wrote in the text before I started to what to offer was actually that when you really work with fairy, that you can see yourself, or that you will somehow become a guardian of a part of a land, probably somewhere near you where you live, right? So I would really suggest, I would really advise you to take this role on and to become aware of your responsibility towards the land. And there it comes already, there you can do already your first offering to the fairy by looking out after the land, by picking up garbage that is, there's garbage everywhere, So picking that up, this is probably such a great offering for the fae, keeping their living area clean, right? So that is something you can do already as an offering. So something else you could do as guardian of the land is, as you take care of the environment. So what can you do? You can be a bird. Oh. You can feed the birds, for example. You could, if you have a garden, you can plant lots of wildflowers for the bees, for example, right? That is never wrong. You can have those wild, how do you call them now in English? If I translate it, it would just be a dead wood hedge, if that makes sense. Maybe I looked that up before I load the video up and write it down. But you just take dead wood, you just make a big pile, so there can live a lot of insects or lizards or whatever. So this will be already nice to do. Then you can also maybe somewhere in your area, like I said with the wildflowers, if you don't have a garden, some areas offer to plant, for example here in Germany it is like that, there is that nature protection tralala and they give out seeds for wildflowers, so you can plant 1 meter of wildflowers, and you can do that everywhere. Maybe you can talk to your town council or whatever, or you just do it like that, without asking permission. Go a bit, be rebellious about that. So, or any kind of other green living project you can think of. As I mentioned already at the very beginning of this course, I think even in lesson 1, the environmental issues in folklore were never really related to fairies, but it is something that we have to think about now, right? So this is part already of what you can offer. Traditionally, what is mostly offered is butter, milk, cream, bread, cakes, honey, of course. There we go. So these are the traditional offerings. And there I would say, yeah, of course, it is the traditional offering. But if you buy milk, you just buy your regular milk in the supermarket, full of hormones, and yeah, well, I don't know if that's necessarily the best idea. I think other offerings are a better fit then. For example, honey, we have a lot of local beekeepers who make their honey, so that's nice to use that kind of honey other than just buying it in the supermarket. Baking your own cakes, of course, is a wonderful offering that you can make to the fairies. Then any kind of food, really. For example, for the festivals, my husband and I celebrate 8 festivals, and we always have like a special meal that day, and always the first serve of this meal goes to the fairies, so we make them a special plate, and yeah, the first bites goes to them. Sometimes it's said that they need the first serve of it, sometimes it's just the rest. I wouldn't just, you know, give them leftovers. I want them to feel special, so I give them the first bite. What else? Alcohol. There we go, alcohol. Alcohol is mostly well received in my experience. I cannot really tell you why, but I try not to give too much alcohol. I really keep that to certain festivals, and yeah, so I don't really know why. There are arguments, they get too greedy, they get a bit, you know, too intoxicated from it, and then they start to get mischievous or anything like that. It's nothing rational with me, I just feel like it, okay? So I cannot really explain it, sorry about that. So then there is also the question about how much do you give them? And there is the book, I've read it again now. I think I didn't change that now in the text, but I've read it again. So I've read it in the book The Fairy Teachings by Orion Foxwood, where he mentions that 1/10 of a person, what a person would eat, would be the right amount of food or drink, whatever you offer, right? I think I'm a bit more, I give a bit more, I guess. And then also what is often said is that they don't consume the physical item, right? The food as such, but the essence of the food. Yeah, so there are, but apparently some do just consume the essence, and others apparently eat the physical item. So again, there are different opinions in the folklore, or different experiences. Let's not say opinions, there are different experiences, there are different kind of faiths, so that's why. And what I always like to do is to have that special plate just for the fairies, and that special glass just for the fairies, where I always put the food in. This can also be like a saucer, or you just put everything in a special cup. Maybe you have a special tea set or whatever, you know, you can choose something what is just for them. I have that very small glass for them, and a small plate where I always offer to them. And then when you offer food, after 24 hours up to 48 hours, you can leave the food and then you take it away. Some say you can bury it, others say you can burn it. I would have, you know, as I offer a lot to the Fae in my garden, to bury it all the time and having dogs who, you know, go and dig for it, that wouldn't make sense. So I find another way to to get rid of the remains, and especially, well, honestly, when I leave it in the garden, often nothing is left anymore. Yeah, so that's that. And there we come to the point already, like I have a garden and I grow a lot of vegetables and fruits in it, and they always get like the first carrot, the first tomato, the first apple, or the first strawberry. You get the drift here. So they always get the first fruit or vegetable because they are helping me, because I don't know what I'm doing in the garden. I actually really need their help. And yeah, so far it's going alright. There is, of course, you know, weather influences and stuff like that. So not everything is always perfect, of course. But I think without the help of Faye, I don't really have a green thumb. So I'm really grateful that they are there with me in the garden, and they always get the first piece there. So maybe that's something you can incorporate as well if you have a garden. Then you could also make your own incense and burn a special mix just for them as an offering, for example. We're going to talk about that in more detail in the lesson about tools, so I just skipped that. Yeah, something else. Yeah, I mentioned it many times. Another thing you could offer is song. Song is really a great offering. First, you never have to take something with. You can offer everywhere you want, because your voice is always with you. And when it really comes from the heart, it really means something. So don't be afraid, and you don't always have to, you don't always need to have lyrics with the songs. For the most places I go, I just feel it, and like, okay, this is such a nice place with such lovely fairy energy, and I just want to sing a song, and often this is just, do I sing now? No, this is just la-di-lays, you know, la-da-dee-da-da, la-da-dee-day, la-da-dee-da-da, la-da-da-day. Just an example. Woo! I feel very weird now. So this is something you can really do. And another offering is just to be free and dance. It doesn't matter if you look silly, and I think this is the most beautiful offer that we can make to them. Everything that comes truly from the heart. They love the light-hearted people, right? And that can be free and don't feel silly because they dance like crazy people. And for those who just, you know, sing into the camera. Yeah, so that is something else you could definitely do. And then other possibilities are write a poem, draw a painting, something, whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. You can take out your watercolors, you can just draw a painting with your pencils, you can do digital art, whatever you want, or something special, a special photograph for them, for example, that you know, you can use. It's very simple to do a little bit of Photoshop. You don't need necessarily Photoshop for that, you know. Do something nice for them. That would be a great offering as well. And then I mentioned that already in a previous video, so if you haven't seen that, I'm just gonna mention it again, is the offering of cut flowers. I said it then, and I still believe that is not a good idea, but opinions differ. Some people really say go for it, offer cut flowers. I don't do that. I did at a kind of, a few years back when I was going deeper into fairy work. I had this meditation, and it was a very, very clear message from a guide not to cut flowers. But this is just my experience. Listen to your heart. And then other offerings could also be silver, gold, shiny things, whatever. But please, at the appropriate places, not, you know, always be careful about that. And then I still have to mention the offering of fluids, body fluids, saliva, tears, blood, menstrual blood. So some say never to do that, and others to it. Your choice. You can offer it. You create a very, very, very strong bond. You definitely give away your energy signature with that. So I would say think about it. Is that something you want to do or not? It's completely up to you. You never have to offer something like that. It's just a possibility. Now let's go to the where to offer. So it would be good to offer always at the same place. So if you do offerings in your home, this could be your altar if you have one. Others do offerings in the kitchen, or like me, this wouldn't be a good idea because my cat can reach there. So I have a high shelf where I offer, where neither cat or dogs can reach. But I always do that in the living room. Yeah, this is up to you again, but just choose a place, stick with it, I would say. And then if you do offerings outside, so if you made a great cake, chocolate cake, yeah, yum yum. And be careful with outside. So chocolate is toxic for many animals, right? And there are going to be animals outside who are going to eat it. So don't offer anything of that. If you offer an apple, just a plain apple, that's fine, but everything that is a problem for wild animals, please think about that. Don't offer it outside. And that is not a suggestion, but I would say that's a rule. Let's take care of the animal world, shall we? And of course, with everything you offer, don't leave any garbage. I said it, I say it again and again and again because it happens still. There are on many sacred places where offerings made tons of garbage, tons. Don't do that, don't do that. It's not good, it's really not good, it's not nice, they don't like that. There we go. When to offer would be the next question. Well, you can do, well, you can choose, but I would just say regularly. So you might choose only to offer once a year for example, for Beltane. Then stick with it. You may choose every full moon or every new moon you want to offer something. Go with it. Then in folklore we know that Fridays are very high in fairy activity, or the fairies are very active at Fridays, so it could be your Fairy Friday. You choose and then you stick with it. So my cat came, but you can't, yeah, there you can see her. And it is because it is also said that when you offer regularly and then you stop just at some point, that this can bring bad luck. There we go. So that's all you have to know about the offerings. So if you want to read that again, check out my homepage. And I think I talked enough now. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm sending you so much love and many blessings, and bye!